Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Kristen and I am so excited that you guys have joined me today. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you are returning, then I am so excited that you are actually here with me today. So this is the second time that I've tried to record this video. I thought that the video was recording and then the camera shuts off. That keeps happening with my GoPro. So it's really exhausting that I literally will record almost like 15 minutes of a video, or you know, 10 to 15 minutes, and then the stupid thing shuts off. So I don't know what's going on with that. We're definitely gonna need to look into it. So yeah, let's get started. Today I came home. I got off a little bit early today, which I'm super excited about. And I was totally thinking about coming out here into this garden and getting off work, like I said. And yes, I do have a tendency when I get off work, I just jump right in the garden and get excited, and I just want to get started on growing. And so I usually like just mishmash everything, and just like I put, you know, squash in, I'll put in just random things. And so that's why I like to take the camera around. That's one of the reasons, because I just never know what I'm going to end up planting. So I'm starting my afternoon off with a green smoothie. This is a really good way. Super delicious. So this is a really good way to get your greens in. I didn't want to come home and eat a salad, and so I was like, hey, let's just go ahead and do a smoothie. So that smoothie consists of arugula that was grown in the garden. The bananas are actually from my brother's. I put a little bit of that blue spirulina in it. It's just a powder form, so if my teeth look funky, I just want you guys to know why. What else did I added some coconut milk, a little bit of water, some ice. I just want to stay hydrated while I'm out here. And then I dropped a little bit of honey into it. So, you know, keep yourself hydrated, keep yourself getting that nutrition, and just enjoy maybe some of these greens that you just don't feel like eating. Right now, this is that beautiful kale coming up. And like I said, I've got this box like right here, this one little section, and I just wanted to get started adding some beauty into it. So y'all know that I love squash and zucchini. That's one of the things that I just, you know, it's kind of hard to grow down here because the bugs get into it. So right now I just want to move forward with maybe adding, I brought some, let's set you guys down. Luna! Oh look, there's Tiffany. She's come to join us. Hi, sweet, beautiful girl. You're such a good girl. You saying hello to the camera? Thank you. You're so cute. Okay, so I have no idea honestly where I left off because I had to stop this video. So not only has the camera shut off on me, but I had to stop this video because my Boston decided to loop around our gate, our fence, and run literally like 6 houses down from us. So I had to go get some chicken and coax her to come back home. So that was fun. Anyway, you ever have days like that where you're just like, can I catch a break sometimes? Like, you try to rescue animals and save them and then they act out on you. Come on. But they are animals, right? That's the lesson there. All right, so I don't know if I even talked to you guys about this drink, but I am drinking a arugula, coconut milk, a little bit of water, some bananas, blue spirulina, and a little bit of honey. And so I want you guys to stay hydrated, stay healthy, and if you don't want to eat your greens that are in your garden, you can always make a beautiful smoothie with it. And my honey actually just like sank to the bottom, and I was like, I couldn't taste it, so I added a little bit more, and then you can see this like massive thick line, which I will obviously not drink. I'll put it back in the compost at this point. But yeah, it's kind of hard to mix honey when it's cold. So anyway, let's get back to doing what we were doing here. So I have this open bed over here, and I want to go ahead and start adding some stuff. I already went ahead and I added some of this squash. I put in a couple of these squashes in there, but I want to add some beauty to it as well. So I am going to add these into that grow bed. So let's go ahead and get that started. All right, so I was thinking about adding some carrots into the bed and just kind of intermix some carrots because this is a deep bed. But then I said, you know what, I would really like to see some beauty in here, so I don't really know how well that's gonna go. But you know, it doesn't hurt to add a little bit of pizzazz, as I like to say, to the end of this bed. So let's just put a couple out and see what happens. If I have to thin the bed, it'll be all right. Because I like to come out and not only enjoy what's available to eat, but I also enjoy just having something pretty to look at. So I thought that that would be really cool. And like, what a cool color. It kind of matches what I'm wearing today. So now I think what I'm going to do is, maybe I will add a couple of carrots in. Let's just see what happens. You don't need to bury these super deep. You don't really want to bury them at all. And I love that they're pelleted. This came from Johnny's Seeds. And look, they're like little pellets. I ordered a whole bunch because carrots is one of our favorites. Although I think it's honestly, I find it a little more difficult to grow carrots for some reason. I have done where I put the box over the top, which you guys see over here. That's what I have going on there. I've done the carrots, but sometimes I've noticed too, like I had some seeds that just fell and they're actually just growing in the other bed. No covering them, no nothing. So it just kind of worked out. So I'll just put in a couple. I don't want to be super wasteful on it, and we'll just kind of see what happens. It's a beautiful day out today. I would say that the temperature, and I hope everyone that is watching is actually doing super well wherever they are right now. So I'm sure that most people are actually just thinking about putting in their beds, whereas I am, you know, living here in Florida. This is something that pretty much can stay somewhat consistent. I will tell you, our most difficult months are going to be in the hot summer, like when you're talking like June, July, and August. It's so hot, it's just insane, and our vegetables just scream for mercy here. So all right, this was, I started to talk about this a little bit. This was an herb that I found online. I was actually watching one of those cooking shows, and I saw someone cooking with it. They were making like, basically like a sushi wrap. And I thought, oh man, those seeds are tiny, and they're already coming out. Look, I'm gonna see if you guys can see this. Do you see these little black dots? I don't even think we should like bury these that deep. I've never grown this. I would say it's almost like basil-y, kind of like, I'll just barely just brush them in, put a couple in over here, and let's just see what happens. I figured with that distinctive like cranberry purpley red color that they would kind of stand out for me. Oh yeah, these seeds are super tiny, like super tiny. And I like a good veggie sushi wrap, so why not? I mean, there says there's 300 seeds. I'm gonna tell you right now, there's maybe 100. But I did order this online at Amazon, and that's one of the things I think you gotta kind of be aware of, is that you just never know what you're getting when you order from like Amazon, as opposed to something like maybe Baker's Creek or Johnny Seeds or Haas Tools. Haas Tools is probably one of the best seed companies that I found as far as their stuff actually growing and working. I also like Park Seeds. So if you're thinking about your garden, you know, take that into consideration. I like all seed companies, really. Like, there's not a company that I really just won't not try. I think some of them produce things better than others, but I mean, it's just your choice. And I do honestly love that Baker's Creek has free shipping. I think that's one of the downsides to Johnny Seeds, is that you really have to be a true grower to kind of want to buy into them. Otherwise, you're buying these huge bulk packages oftentimes, which for me, I don't mind, because I've been doing growing for so long that I can use it year after year. But I really think that they are designed for more of that like agricultural type grower. All right, so as you guys can see here, this stuff is starting to try to grow back through. This is the mustard greens that I had. This is the mustard greens that I had in this bed that I was turning under, but they're just like wanting to grow more. Like you can see, look. Yeah, they're just rerooting themselves. Which, you know, isn't necessarily a bad thing. At least you know that mustard greens will grow very well here. Oh yeah, there's some radish stuff. So I'm just gonna toss those in the other bed. Eventually these will break down. I'm not so concerned about it right now. But yeah, I just kind of want to even this bed out a little bit for you all. Get your hands dirty. Connect with the earth. You know, that's one of the therapeutic pieces of, you know, what I tell my clients is make sure that you are connecting with Mother Earth, because that is just so important and so key to, that is just super important that you're connecting with the earth while you're trying to do mental healing. It's very important. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do over here. Like, I just like to just randomly put stuff out. I'm not really specific to anything. All right, so I have some dill, and I'm thinking that I might just want to skirt this edge here with a little bit of dill. I think that'll be a nice attractor for butterflies and birds and positive insects like bees. I know bees have been like enjoying it, so I'm just gonna go ahead and put that dill right there. So that's that elephant dill. It should get really tall and beautiful. I've been wanting to do a couple of cabbages, so I tried to grow some over the winter and nothing happened. This had already been open, so I'm not gonna put that many in because cabbage heads get super large. And they don't really mind if you've got like biodegradable material in the bed. As far as I've found, they actually thrive with some biodegradable like foliage in there. I don't know if they're really heavy feeders per se, but they definitely enjoy it when they actually do pop up. I think that's the only time that I've really gotten cabbage to grow, was when it just had like a ton of good nutrients in the soil. So keep that in mind. All right, and then here's that cucumber snake bean. I think I'm gonna run this. There it is. I think I'm gonna go ahead and try a couple of these. I've never done this kind before. I love cucumbers, which the bugs, as you guys know, always get to my cucumbers. I think literally one time in all the time that I've been growing have I actually ever gotten a delicious like cucumber to grow up, and I ended up getting so many that year that I just pickled them, which was awesome. So I'm gonna line this backside with those cucumbers and we'll see what happens. You know, and that's kind of what gardening's like about to me. I don't really do it because I have to do it. I just do it because it's good to connect with the earth. And I think people kind of miss out on that sometimes. I think they're just doing it because, you know, they are thriving off of it, which I do think is important, especially with today's economy and the way the world is. You just never know. It's like, I feel like we're just always on the questionable side of like, what's happening today? What's up with the financial market? What's going on? Like, so it's good to have seeds. It's good to know how to grow, and you need to plan that now before the world gets worse and we actually become very dependent on ourselves to grow our own food. So I want y'all to check this out. These are the mustard greens that I've been telling you guys about, like turning under. And look at that, compared to my hand, these are massive leaves. And I'm telling y'all, one of the best foods that I have honestly found is the pesto mustard green. Like, you just take mustard greens, and I know I've talked about this in another video, but you just take mustard greens, put them in a food processor, add a little bit of olive oil, some garlic, a pinch of salt, and some walnuts, and just blend those babies up, and they are so stinking good. But look, it's just massive abundance. This is the arugula that I've been eating on. I have some over there, and so you see I have this little center space open. Let's get started on adding something right there in the center for now. So right here in the center, I have some old foliage here. Look, it's got seeds on it. It is actually some basil. So I'm gonna set that over there. I'm sure I'm gonna have a ton of basil that actually just pops up in this bed. But it grows so good and so well that I don't really have to like replant it, especially that lemon basil. It's insane. That lemon basil is insane. All right, so what I'm gonna add to this bed now is I'm thinking about trying this. So I've opened these, I put it in the green stock, but the green stock just didn't produce for me, not with the lettuce. I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. I think it's very easy that if you've got a garden that's this size, I tend to pay more attention out here because I just see so much beautiful lush that I don't really focus on that green stock as much. So I definitely take responsibility for that and say that whatever's happening is 100% my fault as opposed to the green stock, because I know so many people grow so much in that green stock. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just pop these in right here. As you can see that there's not a lot of space here, but that's okay. And you're really gonna try to surface sow these as much as possible. They are pelleted. As you can see, they're pelleted. And so you don't need, well, that one just volunteered itself. You don't really need to put these in very deep because they need to see the light in order to grow. So I'll save the rest of these for another time. All right, so as you can see, we have a jungle. I still need to clean this up. Here are the seeds from the basil. Like I said, this basil will just constantly spread and keep right on growing. And so I've got a nice little gap over there. I want to kind of revamp that bed a little bit and maybe put obviously some more dirt, but I don't know what I'm going to plant over there yet. So I'm going to bring you guys back on another video. Sometimes you just don't have the time, especially if you're working, to really like spend all day out in the garden. You've got to really kind of judge your time and manage your time well. So keep that in mind. Like, it doesn't always have to be done in one day. And you know, as they always say, like, God didn't build the earth in one day, and you don't have to build your garden in one day either. It can definitely be something that takes a little bit of time and a little bit of investment, and just experience the journey for what it is. So that's where we're at right now. I'm gonna get some dirt hopefully this weekend. Dirt, you know, soil, whatever you want to call it, topsoil, and put it in over here at the bed that's behind me, and then I'll bring you guys along to figure out what we're gonna go ahead and put over there. But right now I still have luscious abundance in this garden that I am still working from. And there's that green smoothie that's so delicious. So like I said, if you can't figure out what you want to eat and you don't really want to make a big salad, you can always turn that into a delicious smoothie with your beautiful greens that you still have growing in the garden. All right guys, so that's it for today. I have a lot of work that I still have to get done this afternoon, so I just wanted to spend a little bit of time with you guys in the garden, check in with you guys, wishing everybody wellness, health, happiness, and be kind to one another, love one another, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for joining me. So until next time, I'll see you guys soon.